My name is Louise Campbell, and I usually tell people that I'm a musician and also that I make music with anybody. So my role as a musician is to really find a way to invoke people's creativity and give them opportunities to play and be expressive through the lens of music and the arts in general in order to connect with themselves and other people is better. So this project is called Sources, music inspired by the St. Lawrence River. The music that is featured is actually music that I've composed and performed myself. That's all based on various different places along the St. Lawrence River, from Georgian Bay through the St. Lawrence Parks Commission to the Port of Montreal, all the way out to the Gulf of St. Lawrence in the Magdalen Islands. Along with that, there's Taking It Outside, music and art inspired by nature, which is a workshop I've been running around Montreal for more than a year now. This project combines the two, both the music that I've done and the culture mediation work of helping people to find their creativity through nature.
My name is Louise Campbell. I'm the executive director of the C.A.R.E Centre. It's a nonprofit charity in Côte Saint-Luc in Montreal, and our objective is to work with and help adults with physical disabilities over the age of 21.
The C.A.R.E Centre is a recreational and educational centre for people with severe physical disabilities, and so you get many different abilities and disabilities in the same group of people.
All of our clients are over 21 and they're aging, and we noticed that depression and anxiety are full front. What can we do? It's not only talking, but music I found was a really big piece that was missing, or just musical activities.
There is really something special about music that brings people together, and also because people love it, especially the C.A.R.E clients. A lot of them have a real connection with music, and the emotions are really close to the surface at C.A.R.E, and so when music plays, the emotions are even closer to the surface.
I love music.
Yeah, you really do.
I think about her music. I think about maybe her song.
When I was looking for a site to host this place, I wanted it to be accessible because I wanted the C.A.R.E Centre to come, as well as various different other schools and community groups that I work with, where there are many people who use various different mobility devices. And this is an accessible park. There's not that many of them. When I'm working with C.A.R.E, I know that there are many people who are nonverbal and have various different forms of communication. So it's important to keep that in mind in order to make sure that things are moving along. So one thing I found with the C.A.R.E Centre is that giving a variety of options of how they can participate is really important. So what was different about this group was, at the beginning, I said you can imagine and invent your own bird in your head, in your imagination. If you want to, you can draw the colors of the bird, if you want to. And it was on top of a paper that had writing on it that said, I see, I hear, I feel, imagine your own bird. So that gives people the ability to choose how they do things.
I remember doing listening to music.
Yes.
And also imagining to make our own birds fly. I really liked imagining in my mind about birds.
What did your bird look like?
It was a very strong, handsome sparrow. And it flew like Superman.
Yeah. 2, 0, 4. Because it was free. It was a free bird. A free bird.
Free bird.
Because you felt free. You felt free. Okay. It was beautiful to feel free. Wow, nice. So poetic.
It was all different colors. It reminded me like a rainbow.
Yeah.
It reminded me like a sunshine. It reminded me of when I woke up in the morning thick as sunshiny day.
But with the care center, giving the option of how they interact and changing it up. So like at a certain point, we shifted from imagining in our heads and doing a visual arts thing to finding a way to use movement and using scarves. And again, asking for if somebody wants to demonstrate, not saying you demonstrate. You know, like who would be interested in doing this? Would you like to share with us how your bird flies? Awesome. Thank you, Tan.
You know, art and music go together, but so do words and poetry and motions, like moving our arms with to be like a bird and just being able to like express themselves. Often the population we're working with doesn't have that opportunity. Like if they're in a residence or like a long-term care facility, there's people there to help them with their daily needs, but there's not necessarily people there to talk about their emotions and what they're struggling with.
So I think the primary skill that you need is empathy. Like far and away the biggest one is just plain old empathy. And with empathy comes listening. So that if I'm proposing something and it's not what somebody wants to do, I change, not them. So the ability to be flexible and to find something new and the curiosity to want to find that out, I think is really, really crucial. As far as being a musician, like I've always been somebody who likes to connect with people. And I think that's the other half of this question, is that I've always just been really curious about people and curious about their experience of the world and how they live it and how they experience it. As far as like the more concrete skills, it really, really helps to have fabulous musical chops, because that really helps me to spin on a dime if I need to. You know, as an example, one of the clients that you interviewed earlier, Yota, the first thing I learned about her was that she loves Metallica. I'm a clarinet player. How do you play Metallica as a clarinet player? Like, really, that's a stretch. That's a really big stretch. But we actually managed to play a cover of Metallica together. I always feel like it's very special whenever I get to spend time with people.
Yes. Likewise? Likewise? Yeah, likewise.
I was worried that I wasn't going to have any ideas of what we could do. And like within a half hour, I was like, there's so much stuff. This is so fun. Like Yota's way of communicating, where she uses various different points to look at that indicate numbers. They're numbers from 0 to 8. I mean, I'm a musician. Like, you can do so much with 0 to 8. Like, I was just like, of course we can make music together. Like, let's go.
Being able to like be creative and draw and move and laugh and talk, I think is extremely healing and is the reason why you see people laughing here and having a good time.
And what do you like about Louise?
She's like,
This is really good for my ego. The key is always when people are having fun.
Yeah.
You know, when people are having fun, then it's all good. And finding the way to change something, tweak it just a little bit to keep it being fun, I think is where a lot of the skill comes in. So that it's like, okay, you have your plan, but you can kind of go, oop, this is what's going on today. Even though you were planning this, you can go there. And then everybody's having a good time and wants you to come back again and is leaving with that smile on their face. Your personality and your desire to connect is almost more important, and perhaps more important than everything else that you've got. Because as you go along in this career, you're going to build the skills that you need. And the skills that you need are going to be different than somebody else's. So if you've got that heart and that desire to want to do this with people, you're going to be fine.
1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 3, 1, 2. I want to say big thank you. Yeah. To her. Okay. Big thank you to Louise. Yeah, to everybody. But her. Yeah. Big thank you to you.
For me, the idea of mediation, there's some kind of exchange there. So rather than being like, I play and you listen, there has to be some form of communication beyond that simple transactional kind of exchange. Actually making music with people and really asking them to give something of themselves, something of their life experience in order to create something together.